I've seen so many comments like this, but actually you can make crystal candy yourself at home, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. To start with, I'm going to show you everything that you need. So you're going to need a spatula, a whisk, some measuring spoons. I just pop a little bit of greaseproof paper down on the side because it gets quite sticky, and that's somewhere to rest your spoon. You're going to need sugar. The moulds are not essential, but I do like to make shapes and stuff out of them. Some vegetable oil, and this is just for greasing like a dish up so that the jelly doesn't all stick to it. The most important thing that you're going to need is agar. So there's this size, I think there might even be smaller than this one as well, and then they obviously do it in massive tubs. I got these from Amazon. Is the Mr. P brand, and I found that this works really well. Food colorings and food flavorings and glitter. I've got all sorts in here. So obviously when I was doing it, I was making them in quite large batches, but for this one I've kind of sized it down a little bit. So everything that you can do in, you can either like half or just double. So this one takes 1.5 cups of water, and then 1.5 of agar powder, and then you're going to need 2.5 cups of sugar and a pan. One of the most important steps when you're making crystal candy is to make sure that you let the water and the agar powder bloom, it's called. To let that sit for as long as possible. I've found that the longer the better, but you can just leave it for 20 minutes. You can also use juice in them, so like peach juice. I use peach iced tea. It's been 20 minutes, I've come back, and now I'm just gonna turn the heat on. We're just gonna let it simmer. And then once bubbles appear, we can add the sugar in. Bubbles have started to appear, so 2.5 cups of sugar. Whisk that in to make sure it all fully dissolves. And that's nearly dissolved. Then you get like this layer that kind of forms on top. I let it come to a full boil and then turn it down to medium. And you just want it on a rolling boil, a bit less than this, for about 20 to 25 minutes. You can leave it longer and it'll make a firmer jelly. To be that person, but you're gonna have to come back for part 2 because this has taken so much longer than I thought to record.